If you're a working mom or an aspiring entrepreneur and you're wondering like what your purpose is and how you can be truly profiting from your purpose, this video is for you. I'm going to be diving into 6 reasons as to why it's so vital for you to truly be not only knowing what your purpose is, but profiting from what your purpose is. My name is Janelle Renee, and I'm a certified life and business coach. I help working moms just like you to discover their purpose and then to be able to profit from their purpose passively by creating digital products that align with your purpose. And this way you are able to establish a life of freedom, a life of flexibility, and a life of fulfillment. All right. And that is ultimately what we are truly here on this earth to do. And so today actually makes 4 years since I've been profiting from my purpose, since I've been operating my purpose-driven business. It's such a blessing to be able to steward such a beautiful business, Faithology Brands, and actually now being able to help others to create their purpose-driven business through Faithology University. And so it's just so powerful, and I can't believe it's been 4 years already. God is good. God is so good. I remember feeling so stuck, not knowing what my purpose was, right? I literally was living the dream, living out the life that I truly wanted, living out the life that I truly desired, the one that I set out for. But then I realized once I got everything that I wanted, that I still wasn't fulfilled. And I was just like, God, like, what is this? Like, I know that I've always wanted to be a nurse. This was my dream. This was my dream career. And it's like, now that I'm doing it, I felt like there was more for me. I felt like the walls were closing in on me. I often share my story of just how confined I felt. But the reason why I was feeling like that was because God was calling me higher. Like I wasn't truly walking in the fullness of who God had created me to be. And so this is why it is such a passion of mine to help other working moms who are, spending hours away from their children and, not having that quality time with their husband because they're working so hard, to really be able to, build a purpose-driven business where they can work from home and create passive income. I'm super passionate about that because now I went from feeling stuck in a career that was no longer fulfilling me to now living life on my own terms, right? With my own purpose-driven business, having the flexibility and the freedom to do life the way I truly want to do it, right? To be able to live life the way I truly want to live it. And only by the grace of God, And so I help working moms do the same thing. And I cannot believe it's been 4 years since I launched Faithology brand. It's a beautiful blessing. Anyway, so I want to jump into today's video because it's such a powerful topic. I'm going to be breaking down 6 reasons why you should be profiting from your purpose. Profit is an acronym. The P in profit is because it pleases God. You should be profiting from your purpose because when you are operating in your God-given purpose, you are pleasing God, right? Isaiah 43:7 tells us that God created us for his glory. He created us to bring him glory. How do we do that? We bring God glory when we are actually walking in the fullness and the purpose that he created us, right? If you have a pen, right? Someone created this pen, and someone's using this pen maybe to, scratch their scalp, right? They're using it to scratch their scalp, right? And the creator of this pen isn't going to be happy because you're not using the pen to the fullness of what it was created to do. This pen was created to write, right? This pen was created to write. So that you can write your thoughts, write poetry, write, song, whatever you're writing. And if I'm just using it not to the fullness of what it was created to be, the creator is not going to be pleased. And so the same with us, right? This is just a quick little analogy. You could use the iPhone, right? Steve Jobs, right? It was Steve Jobs who created the iPhone. And if you're only using your iPhone to maybe take photos, but you're not using it to send text messages, to make calls, or send emails, or everything else that the iPhone is equipped to do, If you haven't read the manual and you're not realizing like everything that's within the iPhone is not being used to its greatest capability. And it's the same thing with you. You're probably feeling stuck right now because you're not being, stretched. You're literally in your comfort zone, and you're not being stretched outside of that comfort zone to step into the fullness of who God created you to be. And so when you are actually discovering your God-given gifts, your talents, and your skills, and literally developing your God-given gifts and talents and skills so that you can deliver those gifts and talents and skills to others, if you're not doing that, you're not pleasing God. This is why he created you, right? He created you with gifts. Your gifts are not for yourself. Your gifts are to be used to serve others. When you serve others with your God-given gifts, that is what allows you to please God. It's like the parable with the talents. Right? When the master he had 3 servants, and he gave the first servant, he gave him 10 talents. The second servant, he gave him 5 talents. And the third servant, he gave him 1 talent. And the one with the 10 talents, right? He multiplied it, doubled it. The same with the 5 talents. And then the one with the 1 talent, he buried it. He buried his gifts, buried his talent, never used it, and because he was afraid. When the master came back, the master was disappointed. He was just like, what did you do? What did you do with what I gave you? And you don't want that to be your case, right? You want God to come back and see that you multiplied what he's given to you, right? And so that is your responsibility. It's to be fruitful and to multiply. Multiply the gifts that God has given to you. He's planted seeds within you, and it's your responsibility to water and nurture those seeds. All right. And so that is literally the P. That is the first reason why you should truly be profiting from your purpose. Profiting from your purpose because it pleases God. The second reason why you should be profiting from your purpose is because the R in profit is resource your proficiencies, right? God, like I said, has given you talents. He's giving you strengths. He's giving you skills. So it's your responsibility to discover them and to develop them and deliver them, right? And so your proficiencies are your strengths. Your purpose is going to be found between your passions and your proficiencies, right? Your purpose is literally going to be right in the middle. And so your proficiencies, what are the things that people come to you for? What are the things that people say that you're so good at? What are the things that you're constantly getting complimented for, right? What are the things that you're just really, really talented with? Things that you probably don't even think you're talented with because they just come innate to you. They come naturally to you. And so you're not even realizing how gifted you are in this area. That's why it's really important sometimes when you actually ask others, like, what do you think I'm really good at? What are some skills that you think I'm really, really good at? Like, what do people always come to you for? What are people always complimenting you on? Those are telltale signs about the things that you're really good at. So like, maybe you're really good at teaching. Maybe you're really good at writing. Maybe you're really good at organizing. Maybe you're really good at budgeting. Right? Whatever it is, whatever talent, whatever proficiencies that you have, you want to hone in on that, right? Utilize those proficiencies. All right. So you're going to resource your proficiencies, resource what God has given to you, develop it, and then deliver it. And so that is the second reason why you should truly be profiting from your purpose. And so now we're going to jump into the O. The O in profiting from your purpose, the reason why you should be profiting from your purpose is because you're going to be operating in your passions. Like I just mentioned, your purpose is between your passions and your proficiencies. You will more than likely find your purpose at the intersection of your passions and your proficiencies. And so when you are profiting from your purpose, you are now operating in your passions. So you're going to be waking up every morning just loving what you get to do because you're passionate about it, right? Even when you are, say for instance, you are going through a season, because entrepreneurship has its ups and downs, right? You have your seasons where you're making money, everything's going well, and then maybe there's a season where you're not making as much. But when you're passionate about what you're doing, it's going to be your drive. It's going to be your why. It's going to be your motivation, your inspiration. When you don't feel like doing something because you're passionate about it, it lights you up. It's like you're gonna overlook the obstacles and keep going, right? You're gonna keep going because it's something that lights you up. It's something that you're passionate about. So I want you to really think about the things that you really love to do, the things that come easy for you, the things that really light you up. What are some causes that light you up, right? Think back to your childhood. What are some things that you enjoy doing as a child? If you really need help with discovering your purpose, I created the Clear Purpose Roadmap Planner. This is a game changer, okay? It's a step-by-step guide to help you to discover your purpose, and it deploys you on the road to living your dream life. And what it does is it literally has thought-provoking questions in the very beginning, right? And then you're able to retrieve, so those thought-provoking questions will help you to discover your purpose. And then once you discover your purpose, you are also going to be able to retrieve your God-given vision, right? It gives you an area here where you're able to sit down and retrieve your vision from God. And then you are able to then reverse engineer your vision, break it all the way down into long-term goals. And then you're going to break that 3-year goal into 1-year goals. And then that yearly goal into quarterly goals, monthly goals. You're going to break it down into weekly goals. You're going to break it down into all the way down to daily goals, right? Then you're going to incorporate habits to help you to establish that goal. I'm telling you, this book is a game changer. It is truly life-giving if you truly want to discover your purpose, all right? And so I wanted to share that with you. But truly, if you are truly operating in your purpose, you are going to be so passionate about what it is that you're doing. And so you're going to be lit up, okay? And it makes it easier for you to profit from your purpose when you are truly operating in your passions, all right? And so now we're going to move on to the F. Okay, so the F in profit is fulfillment and freedom. So when you are truly profiting from your purpose, it's nothing like it. You are literally making money from something that you were born to do, right? It's something that God has created you to do. And you're now making money from it. You're profiting from this. It's going to give you the ultimate fulfillment. And this is what lights me up. This is what drives me, right? As you can tell, I'm passionate about this. I'm operating in my purpose. My purpose is to help you to discover your purpose and then to be able to profit from your purpose. And so this lights me up, all right? This lights me up. It is past my bedtime right now, and I'm up and I'm doing this video for you because I'm like, you know what? I need to show up. I need to let them know, like, you can profit from your purpose, and God wants you to. God wants you to profit from your purpose. And you have to understand too that purpose is plural, right? Purpose is plural. And if you're a wife, your purpose to serve your husband. If you're a mother, your purpose to serve your children. If you're a teacher, your purpose to teach the people who you're called to teach, right? If you're a singer, your purpose to serenade, use your gifts to serve others, right? So many different variables. Like if your purpose to write a book, you're called to be an author and write a book. People are to, be able to read what you have to share. You know what I mean? Like you have multiple purposes. Purposes is plural. And so I want you to understand that as well, right? God will call you into different seasons of your life. God will have you stepping out into a higher calling. And so for me, for example, I was called at one season in my life to be a nurse, right? And I'm still a nurse, but God is calling me higher, right? God was showing me that I am a nurse, but I'm not just a nurse for the 4 corners of the hospital. He literally said he's calling me to be a nurse to the 4 corners of the world, which is why I'm here on YouTube. Did I ever think 5 years ago that I would be showing up here on YouTube? No, I did not. I did not know this was a part of God's plan for me. But as I continue to operate in my purpose and allow God and I answer the call, right? When God is calling me and telling me to do something and I'm obedient to what I hear God telling me to do, it's like you're continuing to walk out your God-given purpose. You just have to show up and be obedient to God. And you're going to have the ultimate fulfillment. You're going to have a life of freedom. For me, when I was feeling so stuck and so confined in that 4-wall in the hospital setting, and I just remember just feeling like, God, I just want a life where I feel free. And I am living that today. And I can literally cry right now because when I think of where I was and where I am today, and this is what lights me up to really show up and pour out on here on YouTube and let you know, like, if you're feeling stuck, you don't have to be stuck. You don't have to be stuck. There's freedom on the other side of your obedience. There's freedom on the other side of you stepping out on faith and taking action and stepping into who God has called you to be. He wants you to profit from your purpose, and you doing so will grant you the fulfillment. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like operating fully in why you were created. If you are feeling unfulfilled, it's because you're not operating in the fullness of who God called you to be. I know what that's like, and I know what it's like to now be able to do what it is that I'm doing and have the fulfillment and have the freedom that I was once yearning for like 5 years ago. All right. And so I just really, really, really want to encourage you. You don't have to be stuck. You don't have to feel like you don't know what your purpose is. I can definitely help you inside of my coaching community. That is what I do inside of the Assignment Accelerator Academy under Faithology University. All right. And so moving on. All right. So the F is fulfillment and freedom. Now we're going to jump into the I. The I in profit is increased income, right? Increased income. So profit, when I'm breaking down profit, yes, when I say profit, it's all these things. But ultimately, what we really mean is income, right? Increase in income. And you're going to be able to have passive income. When you create your digital product and you align it with your God-given purpose and you establish the automations that go along with it. And I teach this in detail inside of my coaching community, how to automate your business so that you're making income passively from your digital products. I'm going to walk you step by step, right? And if you want to learn more information on how this is done, you can literally just jump into my free masterclass, Monetize Your Mind for Life Redesign. If you feel stuck and you want to redesign your life, you can monetize your mind. You can monetize your years of experience, your years of expertise, your years of education, your talents, your skills, your gifts, your strengths, all of those things that God has given to you, all of the experiences that you've had, the trials that you've overcome, the trials you've triumphed over. You can now create a trail to help others, right? And I literally teach that in my coaching program. It's the treasure trial framework, where you literally have a trial that you've overcome, that you've triumphed over. You're going to create a trail, which is you're going to be your offer, your digital product. It's either going to be an ebook or a course or a guide or a template or membership, whatever it is that you decide to do. You can create a trail to help others overcome what you have overcome. And then you're going to go out and you're going to testify about it. And then that's when the treasures come in. All right. And so this is the treasure trial framework that the Lord has given to me, that I walk my clients through to help them to really discover, like, what are those things? What are those gifts that you can now turn back and reach back and help others with? Right. And so when you are operating in your God-given purpose and you're profiting from your purpose, you are increasing your income passively. And that's the beautiful thing about it, because as working moms, I'm catering to working moms because I know what that's like to leave my children for 13 hours straight, working a job, miserable, unhappy, just wanting to be home with my children and be able to have that precious time with them. Our children grow up quick. My son is 16 years old. Like, I spent most of his life working, you know what I mean? And it's just, I remember missing his first few steps because I was at work. You know what that is as a mom, to like miss those precious moments with your children? You know what I mean? Like, it's rough. And so I know what it's like as a mom to really not have, so much time on your hands. And so this is why I'm really passionate about digital products, because I didn't start with digital products, but this is what I'm doing now in conjunction with my first business, because it's like when you really get that taste of passive income, it's like, oh, nothing is sweeter than that. I'm telling you, it's so good to just have that passive income coming in, especially as a busy working mom. Maybe you don't have time to go out and ship out products. You know what I mean? This would be a beautiful start for you if you're starting, you know what I mean? And so this is why I'm really passionate about helping moms to create digital products, because it allows the income to come in passively. All right. And so that is the I in profit. So now we're going to jump into the final letter, and that is T. And so the T in profiting from your purpose, the reason why it is so important for you to profit from your purpose is when you are showing up, you're walking in your purpose, you have your business, You're literally serving others with your gifts, your talents, your skills, right? You've discovered them, you developed them, now you're delivering them and you're deriving income from it, right? Now you're literally going to have testimonies, okay? Testimonies from others. There's nothing more fulfilling than hearing how your product, your service has helped others' lives, how it has transformed their lives. There's nothing that lights you up like that. There's nothing that lights you up like that. When I learn how I've helped other women and how I've been able to really play a role in them excelling in areas of their lives, in their business, starting their businesses, organizing, getting better organized and structured in their home, having that better quality time with their children, stepping out on faith, really deep diving and doing their purpose work, right? Helping them to do the inner work to discover their purpose and helping them to step out in faith into their purpose, into their God-given purpose. There is nothing more fulfilling than that. And when I get the testimonials, I'm telling you, on my rough days, I literally can I have literally a Google document full of testimonials from people, from women that I've helped. When I have my rough days, I can literally go back and look at those testimonials and say, this is why I'm doing it. This is it. I've been able to help her. I've been able to help her. I've been able to help her. And you see the testimonials and it lights you up. And it's like, God is just like showing you like, this is why you stepped out on faith and you're working in your purpose to help other people do it. And it's literally transforming lives and literally transforming destinies. So when you don't show up, the people that you're called to impact are not going to be moved. They're waiting on you. They're waiting on you to show up. And so it's so important to not allow fear to hinder you and for you to really step out, really dive into your God-given purpose and begin to profit from it. God has given you the power to create wealth according to his word in Deuteronomy 8:18. It's him who's giving you the power to get wealth. And so don't sit on your gifts. Don't sit on your talents. Don't bury your talents, but really multiply it. God has called you to be fruitful and to multiply. That's the first commandment that he's given you in Genesis, literally the first book of the Bible. He says, be fruitful and multiply. Be fruitful, multiply, subdue, fill the earth so that you can have the dominion that God has created you to have. And so this is the be, do, have framework. And so this is what you really, really, really want to hone in on, okay? So just a quick recap. The reason why you want to profit from your purpose is because it pleases God. It allows you to resource from your proficiencies. It allows you to operate in your passions. It brings you fulfillment and freedom. It increases your income. And finally, it will bring testimonies from others. If you want to go deeper and learn how you can discover your purpose, I want you to check out this video right here, where it's going to break down step by step how you can profit from your purpose. All right. Before I go, I'm going to tell you, just as God told me, put one foot in front of the other, step out on faith and trust God for the next step. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.